Hey everybody, this is Lord Magicus. This is our last round of Simic Merfolk in Modern. We are on the draw for this. I think this hand's fine. We'll keep this. It's not super strong, but I think we can reasonably play it. We've got a little bit of interaction, and we've got some things to do here, so see what we're up against. Street Wraith. Oh, so this is probably the food deck, or it could be Shadow, I guess. But I think either way, it's not particularly fun. Like, they didn't play a cookbook, so that's interesting. I guess here I'm just going to play out Tide Shaper. I need to put something in play. At least if it is the cookbook, like, we can force it. Or maybe this is Stoneblade. No, this might be Esper Kitchen. I don't know. It's hard to say. There's still a lot of things. Like, they could just play Stoneforge Mystic here. Oh, fuck. That's Urza Saga. Alright, well, that's bad. Oh, no, it's Reanimator. Okay, in that case, no. We are absolutely not letting you fucking do that. We'll pitch Brazen Borrower. No, get that shit out of here. And we'll probably hold on to this Borrower in case they do snap off a reanimation thing. So Force here is really good. I don't know if we've played against Reanimator yet. This might be our first time. So I'm somewhat familiar with the card team here. So there is some important stuff that they can find. Like, the one thing can actually get protection from... Yeah, they can get a protection from creatures, so I think it's safe to attack here, right? Because they can only make a 1/1. They don't. This is an enchantment, so yeah, they can make a 1/1, but it's not actually gonna matter. They can block 2 damage. I'm okay with that, and then just, yeah. We'll play a speaker and then pass. Alright, so they are going to make a construct. That's fine. We do have, like, ways to push past that. Probably just Brazen Borrower bouncing one of them in combat would be really good. So they're going to make another one. No, they're not. They're actually just adding one. They're floating a mana here. Okay. They're getting Underworld Cookbook. That makes sense. They have Archon of Cruelty there. It's rough. Absolutely fucking no way. I think we just pitch the Mistbinder because we want to Brazen Borrower and bounce the construct. Do you have 2 persists? Oh, fuck me. Ah, why? This is not fair. Actually, I should have sacked the Tide Shaper. Whatever, it's... I can't beat them having everything. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think that it matters here, and there's nothing I can do to reasonably beat this at this point. We've actually just died. I can't attack through this, and I'm gonna lose creatures every turn. Alright, well, that's like life, I guess. I guess I need Spreading Seas. Dismember is pretty... Well, they do have the Necromancer guy, so maybe it's not the worst thing to have. What do I not want here? I think Svyelun is actually really slow. Against Reanimator, I don't think I want that. Urza Saga is a problem. Like, look at that. The only reason they managed to like win this game is because Saga put the cookbook into play uncounterably for 0 mana. How are you supposed to beat that? Like, they just get their tools for free and you can't deal with them. So, alright, this is fine. We're going to keep this. We have a very reasonable curve, and we have Force, and if they go on the creature to reanimate, we have Dismember for that, so. The only other problem, though, is they have Grief, too, which is another thing that, like, unlike Legacy, where they have Unmask and you have Force of Will, so you can counter anything, and even Force of Negation can counter their thing, Grief can't be countered in Modern with a free spell. Like, Force of Negation does not hit it, so. This is a point that I keep bringing up. It's that Force of Will belongs in Modern, especially if we're going to have all these 0 mana spells. Like, if you're going to print strong lands and, like, you know, Saga and free spells like the Elementals, you need to give us fucking Force of Negation and Wasteland. Or, I mean, Force of Will and Wasteland, so. Yeah, you are not getting that. I'm not letting you just do that. Sorry. Usually, the harder thing to do is for them to put something into the graveyard as opposed to reanimating it. So just don't, yeah, you want to counter the enablers. Especially because Cookbook plus Saga is just totally dumb. Yeah, alright, you portable hole, exile my lord, I guess. It's fine. Well, we need more threats. That's not really a threat, so we're in trouble. Like, theoretically, this is a match where we should have a reasonable matchup against it, but the problem is just when they can play their stuff uncounterably and there's nothing you can do about it, so that's all. We were doing absolutely fine until the point where they put the cookbook into play off of Saga. And I don't know what you're supposed to do about that. Okay, well, I knew that that was coming, so that's... So again, something else that you can't force, so... This is why we left the Dismembers into play. But now we are just flooding out, so our chances of winning are just like going out the window because we can't draw any threats. 5 lands and 3 cards is not really going to do it. Well, I guess we had 4 because we had to pitch the Trickster, but still. It was not good. I guess what they could do is persist this thing. That's definitely an option for them. Well, at least that's a creature, so it helps a little bit. We'll just hit the Godless Shrine here. I guess, yeah. Alright, they got another one, that's fine. If they just keep drawing lands, maybe we're okay, but it doesn't look like that's okay. So what do we need? We need a Lord. Oh my god, thank you. Svyelun, I love you. Alright, so they have one turn to do something. Okay, answer this lord or you're dead. Thank you. Oh, we were on the brink there. It was so bad. Alright, I think we just have to run this back. Like, we can't... I don't think I can reasonably change much here. We're on the draw for this, so this could be bad, but hopefully... this is not keepable. We have 4 lands and no interaction that matters, so we need to do better than this. Yeah, like, Relic would probably be the best thing if we had Relic, so... They do have Portable Hole, so they can always exile our Relic, which would suck. What are you gonna do? And the other thing is, I'm pretty sure they are also running Grief, so, like, if we don't play Relic out turn 1, they can just take it away with Grief. But I think here, if they keep a hand with it, they'll probably Grief us right away. So if they don't do it right away, it might not be correct to play Relic in turn 1. You might want to wait until they put something in the graveyard. I don't like this, but I'm going to keep it. Put an island in the bottom. I guess maybe if they play like Urza's Saga, then the Spreading Seas will be good. It's not exactly the draw I was hoping to see here, but at least with Aether Vial, it's not dead. Alright, well, I guess I'm okay with this exchange. It could be worse. I could play the Spreading Seas in this thing right now. I don't know if I actually want to do that. I think if they had Urza's Saga, they would have played it now. I guess I'm just concerned. What if they have, like, a removal spell, but... It might be correct to play Lord first, and then play Vial plus Spreading Seas next turn. I think I'm leaning in that direction. I don't know if they actually play a whole lot of removal, to be honest. I think it might just be like this, and maybe Prismatic Ending. Alright, well... Again, that's kind of rough, but so be it. If this is all they have, that's not the worst. Okay, like it's like this is sort of okay, I guess. I haven't actually done anything yet, so we have a Dismember if they play the creature. We might just like flash in Brazen Borrower and start attacking with that. Could definitely be a lot better, but I guess it could also be much worse. And getting to the point where if they have Unburial Rites, they're very close to just casting that too. They need to find a way to put this card in their graveyard first. Okay, that's fine. So, I don't really think I need to crack a Grove right now. Do it here. That's actually pretty good. So we'll play the Trickster. Okay, this is not going terribly, I guess. We have a board. So what is their hand like? They just have nothing? They're just drawing a bunch of creatures and no way to like discard them? What's this? I guess I want them to play... Well, not that. That's not great. If they give themselves protection from creatures, I can at least Borrower and bounce it, so... No, I can't... Well, no, because, yeah, they don't have protection from Petty Theft. So there is that, at least. They could... Archon of Cruelty is not fantastic. Looks like they're going to persist that. Ugh. I guess I sacrifice the Trickster and discard Dismember. And just hope that's good enough. It's not bad. Let's bounce this thing, I guess. Just hope they don't have another way to do it again. Because I don't have an answer to the next one. They're going to make me discard it if they can do it again this turn. Vindicate? Okay, I can live with that. Removal is fine. Like, if you just play lands and removal, I can beat that. I'm not going to play the Aether Vial here. There's not really any good reason to do that. Because I guess if they play another Archon, like, I'd have to sack the Mistbinder, but I could always flash in the Borrower. Ooh, okay. So that's fine with me. I am not very pleased about that. Yeah. They need 2 food, so basically if they have Oval Chase, we're in trouble. So options are I could either bounce this thing or flash this in. I think I want to flash this in. Alright, they discarded Terastodon. However, Persist is a sorcery, so that's worth noting. Ooh, that's pretty good too. This only destroys non-creatures. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. Alright, so I'm running out of time here, actually. I guess I could Trickster this thing down and attack for 5. And then I have this Borrower to flash in 2. And I guess it doesn't really matter if they play Terastodon, because I should still be able to win through that. Theoretically, they don't have Oval Chase, so they can only kill one thing, so they won't be able to deal with the other Borrower. They're gaining 3 life. Yeah, they know they're in trouble. Okay. Okay, well, we're close. They can potentially be at 9, but we're also attacking for 9, so life will definitely be hard for them. And they can't really do this because if they cast Terrast... No, they can actually Terrast it on themselves, so that's worth noting. But we're attacking for 6 in the air, and we could potentially get a Lord, which would be victory. Actually, no, you know what? No, we have the line. We have the Lord here. We just bounce the portable hole in their end step, and then these things have island walk, right? That actually works. They can go to 9. I guess if we... Then it wouldn't quite kill them if they gained life back. But it's a way to get 2 attempts at a victory out of Brazen Borrower. So if they can't deal with this, right, Link? The thing is, if I play Brazen Borrower, I can only attack for 6 in the air anyway. It wouldn't actually be enough to win. They're discarding the Priest. Okay, so they have to be in trouble here. Ooh, they're unearthing it. Okay. I don't think they can afford to pay 3 life for this, though. Because now they're only at 6, and now we actually can just kill them. I don't know what they're going to target, but now I think we have the win. Okay, so they're going to go after the Godless Shrine that has the Island Walk, so I just have to play another Brazen Borrower and then they're dead. Alright, there we go. We have 6 flying. They can only gain 3 life from the food. That should be enough. Alright, there we go. That was a nice 4-1. So, that was extremely tough versus Reanimator. I think the last game, their hand was a little bit terrible. So, I mean, the Urza Saga is like the reason that we lost that one game, really. So, I mean, that's kind of what I said. Like, basically, when we go up against cards like Saga and Ragavan, like, those are going to be the ones that are really hard for us to win just because of how overpowered they are. Mostly everything else, though, like, we have pretty good game versus the rest of the stuff. It's just, I mean, even versus the Saga, sometimes you're going to be able to kill it with, like, Tideshaper or Seas, but, like, a lot of times the utility on it is just, it's too much. Like, I kind of see it like Field of the Dead. I think it's reasonably going to get banned at some point. Who knows how long it's going to be, but this is a list I feel very comfortable with. I think we did very good with it. You know, the Elementals deck was really tough without Torpor Orb. Well, I guess they weren't like full-on Elementals, but they were playing a lot of them, so. And if we're going up against like a proper Hell's Kitchen deck, definitely Damping Matrixes, you could reasonably play this against them. So maybe we're supposed to bring this in versus Reanimator. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a little too slow. Because they're not fully on the plan of, like, playing a bunch of artifacts like Mishra's Baubles and stuff, as far as I know. They're just playing, like, literally just, like, Cookbook and Asmo. Which, like, I guess it also hits Priest, which is sort of fine, too. So, yeah, this card definitely playable. We could potentially revisit the strategy for that, but Borrower is great. There is definitely an argument where you could maybe cut a Trickster and play a 4th Borrower. I think that's perfectly fine. Otherwise, like, I think this deck is really close to, like, exactly where you want it. There's maybe also an argument that you could trim, like, an Aether Gust, but I play the 3 in paper because I also go up against a lot of primetime decks, so, like, I need it in paper. Maybe on MTGO, maybe we cut this and we just play, like, another Borrower in the sideboard or something. That's also reasonable. Or maybe another Orb is fine. Like, I don't know if you need all three of these. I do like having at least some number of them because they do complement Force in a lot of matches. It's good against like the Cascade deck because you can always bounce stuff like the Crash of Rhinos, or what is it, or the Rhino Stampede. Like yeah, the 0 mana make 2 4/4s, or also the Glimpse of Tomorrow. So this is very good against those decks too. It complements stuff like Chalice, so I do think this card's really good in the sideboard. I don't know if 3 copies is necessary, but you could play around with it. But overall, like I think this is, if you're gonna play Merfolk in Modern right now, like this is where I personally feel comfortable. Like I've been playing this list for a couple weeks now, and I think that yeah, it's pretty close to tuned the way that I like it. So I wouldn't make too many changes. There's just going to be some matches, like if you go up against Hammer Time, you're probably going to get wrecked. If you go up against like Elementals and you don't have the Orb, you probably are going to get wrecked just because Fury is a ridiculously strong card. So stuff like that's going to happen, but otherwise, like, yeah, I think this is perfectly fine. So that's all I've got for this week. I hope everybody has enjoyed it. It's nice to have a nice, solid winning league for a change. So thanks everybody for watching. Please give this thumbs up. Make sure you click it on every video. Like Chan is very lonely and she needs your sensual touch on all the videos. So thanks everyone. I will see you again next week.